Hey, we started a podcast. Yeah, Philly G, because they know who I be.
The King of Kings.
I'm back.
What it do, people?
Hey, what's up? It's John Kizzy. You know who is he? A.K.A. Philly G, because they know who I be. And I'm here with Ray Ray.
What it do, people?
An extra special guest, Real Eyez.
Hello.
Hey.
And hey, we started a podcast. We here with episode 136. Yep, didn't forget it. And yeah, like we're going to jump in with a special guest, see what she into, where she from, everything.
Yeah. So give us that bio information. Let the world know who you are. Let our fan base know who you are and what you do.
All right, guys. So my name is Aaron Dorrington, but I go by Real Eyez. That's what everybody knows me as, Eyes for short. I'm from Toronto, Nova Scotia. I was actually born in Halifax, but most of y'all know me, around Nova Scotia, Canada areas. Been doing my thing mostly around home, the homelands, but hopefully next year or this year we can expand on that. That's what we're working on now.
Cool.
Yeah, and if someone wants to come check for your music, what can they expect to hear? What kind of vibe are they gonna get?
I feel like my music's more laid back. Like I try to put knowledge into my music so I can help teach people things. I feel like if you have a platform that you have a voice that you should use it for the positive. So I try to put that kind of stuff in my music, and I feel like so if you come and listen to my music, you're gonna hear some good vibes, like old school, not like very nostalgic, but at the same time you're gonna hear some knowledge and just a mix with a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So who would be your musical influence? When you kind of started out thinking of doing your music, who inspired you to do that?
Man, Lauryn Hill. That's my go-to right there. Every time someone's like, "Yo, can you sing a song?" I sing "Killing Me Softly." That's my song. I feel like she stands for a lot of stuff that I stand for too. At the same time, with the just trying to, raise the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you first started out, what was that moment for you to be like, I want to continue doing this as a career path, I'm out here as an artist?
See, I started off, which is crazy, singing in the community, at community events, singing in church, really. And then I started singing back up for Asian New Groove, Cindy Kane, Jamie Sparks, you know what I mean? So that, and then once I got the feel of that, and I was like, yo, I love this. I was like, I gotta go on my own. So I started doing more and more of my solo stuff, and then I eventually just went out on my own. And shout out to Asia New Groove and Cindy and everybody, leading the way for. So that I hope to do that now for the younger people coming up.
Nice. Yeah. So, and you're thinking about the community itself, what was that like for you growing up in Truro?
See, Truro's very it's small, and there's 3 black communities: the Island, the Marsh, and the Hill. But they're very, might I say, separate. Even there's even the committees in Truro, they're separate. We should all be working together more. So it, you know what I mean? And being younger, growing up in Truro was a little rough, and everyone knows everybody. So now that I'm older and trying to get back in working with the community, I feel like I had to work a little bit extra hard, a little bit harder than most people had to do, prove myself to be I'm a leader. I can do this. You know what I mean? To be able to step in a position. And thank God for my mom. Actually, she's a big community leader and stuff herself. She sits on the community boards, and she, you know what I mean. I coordinate a program, an Afrocentric program called Saturday School, and basically nice. I teach the youth about black inventors and just the stuff that we didn't really I learned it when I was younger, through Saturday School. So that's what I'm trying to teach the youth, and so that's also what I put into my music.
No, that's really cool that you're able to kind of do that as well, support the community, and then they can also see you in a different light because you're up there performing as well, too, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's dope. I didn't even know you were from Truro. That's funny. DJ Laton should be here.
Right. I love that. Right.
Because I don't even know why King Tigger always says he's from Truro. He's from the Bahamas. I don't know why he chose Truro, but that's where we always say he's from.
The vibes are chill in Truro, a little bit behind the times, but very chill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, comical.
So you said you came up singing in the church a little bit. What was that like for you? How was taking that type of singing, that kind of structured singing, and bringing that into your music. How's that been?
You know what, it's you can kind of hear like the soulfulness in my music, like that I took from the church, but like then I went on a more of a spiritual journey, so I kind of like, you know what I mean, it kind of transitioned. I kind of grew with, when I grew, my music kind of grew with me, so it kind of just happened, you know, without me like knowing it was gonna happen. And like now, even like I'm getting older and I'm seeing the younger people in the clubs, and now I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go towards like getting a band for myself. You know, it's all about change. And like I said, I just want to help heal the people. So I'm also like taking herbology right now, so I'm trying to check a little bit of everything in the music, right?
Okay.
See what's going on, right? You need healing, I got you.
No, that's dope. That's dope. Healing on different levels, and you're healing with the music. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So when you think about like work that you've done with different artists and stuff like that, who's been that person that you really want to work with again? Because I know you've worked with a lot of different people, like producers, opening up for other artists, doing songs with artists. Like, who's that person or that group that you want to work with again?
That's a really good question. I feel like there's so many different genres that are here now that like I kind of want to just hop on a little bit of everything. Like, I think I'm getting ready to drop my new music soon. So I think my next thing is just collabing with everybody and seeing like where I fit. Like, just thinking back to like when I first started, I got a little country song, I got a little rap song, I got a little like R&B. Yeah. So it's just like, you know, so I'm going to kind of just see where I feel it. But you know what? I really want to, like I said, I want to aim more for getting into like having my own band. So I would say like Asia New Groove, like, you know, having a song with them, or someone with a live band that I can, you know, go perform with. Cindy, like, you know, like that's where they helped me grow. I got to watch them do their thing. So it's like, I would love to, you know what I mean, work with them on a different level. Yeah, that would be nice. Like, you know, I feel like, especially like coming up and me getting older, that means people above us are getting older and stuff. And I feel like there's knowledge that needs to be taught that I can learn, that I still have to learn, and I can learn through them. So anybody that I want to work with, or that I like think about reworking with, would be someone I can learn from. Like, I don't want to go backwards and work with, like, you know, not saying like anything's negative, but like back in the day, I used to rap for a certain group of people. Yeah. And I don't want to do that. Now I want to share knowledge and help heal people, heal the world. Like, you know, so it takes going towards different avenues, different genres, different people, different types of people. So I'm kind of like also aiming towards conscious artists, conscious music. So if there's any like conscious artists out there, hit me up, because I definitely want to work.
Okay. And I've saw you perform a variety of times. And what I notice about you when you're performing, you have amazing stage presence. Like, you're able to interact with the crowd. You're able to kind of get people hyped up. Like, you have great energy on the stage. So how important is that presentation piece for you when you're doing the performances, when you're out there promoting your music?
I feel like that's really important, because it's like, that's part of who you are, your energy, what you can share with people. So it's like, I feel like if you can make somebody happy, do it. Even like, this is what I teach people in my energy classes. Like, it's like I'm talking to you like this right now. Yeah. Everything's cool, but I add a smile to that, and now look how much the energy changed, right? See how much the energy changed? So it's like, that's what I want to do for people. So it's like the energy that you bring, then you'll get that back. And then you got energy coming back and forth, and then it just hypes up everything, right? So I just feel like energy is everything, and what you put out is what you get back. So I feel like that's one of the most important things. Like, people that have like hype energy can outplay and outbeat the people that actually have like good talent, if they're here rocking and, like, you know what I mean? Like what they say, talent works hard, or what do they say? Hard work beats talent if talent don't work hard, right?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes.
Actually, I really like that. So.
Yes. So it kind of goes with energy too. If you're putting energy out, you're going to get that back. But if you're putting out and you're just like, first of all, I don't want to see you again. I ain't coming out again. I don't want to pay the money. But if you're like, you're giving me a smile, you show me love, I can take a picture with you, we can chill, you can even go take a drink with me, or whatever the case may be, and you're vibing with me and connecting with me on a level, now I feel like we're friends. Now I can come hang with you. Now I want to come hang with you, right? So I feel like the energy you bring is very important.
Yeah.
I was going to say, just with that explanation, it makes sense where you said that you want to have a band, because a band brings that type of energy, especially when you're on stage, because you're not only feeding energy out to the crowd, you got your peeps behind you too, and you're interacting. It just has a whole it increases the vibe.
It does. You can feel it in your feet.
Yeah,
it gives a whole different like feel to the music. Like, like one time we were at Music Week. We're at Music Week and my DJ's laptop died. And we had a drummer there. Shout out to Evan. We had a drummer there. And when I tell you the laptop died and he just took over and I had to sing over top the drums. But it just was like I still had a beat. I still hadn't, I kind of felt it a little bit more. I was getting into it. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't know all the songs and stuff that I had. So I was singing a bunch of random stuff. Lauryn Hill here, one verse from one of my songs here, but just the whole experience together, how he came through and sang that, and it didn't matter because it's more authentic. I feel like, you know, singing on real beats rather than just real music, rather than just beats, you know, your background sound. It just brings more like energy. It just uplifts the room.
That's the perfect word. Yeah. Like when you see a band, even sometimes when you go to the concert, like the little breaks that the band takes in their interacting with each other are almost more magical than the music that they're going to do. Yeah. It's just,
you can see how they live their real lives, and like who they are and how they are as people.
And the chemistry, when the chemistry is good, it's like,
and I love seeing how people interact with other people, because that kind of shows me if I want to work with you or not, because some people are like, you know, they get a little ego, or they're a little like, you know, like I feel like the music industry, especially down home, is really cliquey, like very cliquey. So it's like, you know, the energy you put out, you definitely get it back, and it's just stay authentic, stay you, and just, you know.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It shows you if you want to work with them, like when you see a guy that treats the triangle player with just as much respect as the guitarist and the singer, you know that guy's that's good people.
Good peoples, and I want to be around them, and I want to work with you because you're cool. I know you're gonna treat me. I know we're gonna have good vibes when we're around each other, and like. I got this thing I say, bad days are for the birds. I like to chase the peace. So if I feel good energy around you, it's like, okay, I can hang with you. There's not too many people that you can hang with in 2025, you know, that are sitting there talking negative energy, ain't trying to bring bad energy to you. Like, you know, like, and I'm in my peace bubble. So it's
that's a perfect bubble to be in.
Yeah. Right. Right.
No, I like that, because there's a lot of people who will say like, I make my best music when I'm, going through something, or going through trauma, or I'm going through trauma, or anything like that. Right. But I like the idea, because you're talking about creating from peace.
Right. Yeah.
So how is that for you, like with the creation process of your music?
It's crazy because you get two different sounds. Like you can feel when you're down, and you know what I mean? Like I can make you feel what I'm going through. But I like when you're peaceful, you get to uplift people rather than letting people feel that sad energy that you're feeling. You get to let them feel that happy energy you're feeling. Elevate
them.
Yes, exactly. And it's sad because what we like I said, like it's sometimes we don't realize what we're putting out when people say the N-word, and you got the rest of the people saying the N-word. Like well, if you're putting that in your music, like, you know what I mean? You're gonna get it back. So it's like he's kind of got to be careful what you write about now and stuff. So like creating from a place of peace for me, it's uplifting. It's gonna help heal people. You know, it means what people can reach out to when they need somebody, because a lot of people in the world don't have people, don't have anybody. So it just feels good to know you can help people even through music. And that's what I feel like uplifting and doing the uplifting type of music is, you know, like going through things and writing about that is good too, because a lot of people can relate. But it's like that means we sit in that energy and we're staying in that energy. And it's like I don't want people to sit in that. I want to bring them out of that. Yeah. You know, and that's how we manifest positive things. Yeah. So I think that's a great thing to try to do more uplifting things.
No, I definitely noticed that. Like even like in youth work, because I work with youth as well, and that's one of the things that we talked about is if you have a story to share and you can share it in like under 2 minutes without it traumatizing someone else, but you gotta always make sure it's sharing with the point. What is the point of this? Right. So if I'm just speaking negativity into the world, but I'm not showing you the like, and here's the growth aspect of it. Here's how I grew from this situation. Here's how I learned not to do a certain thing, or you know what I mean, learning from those mistakes. Right. So
teaching.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's a healthy thing too, to teach people and let people know what you did go through, but also like add in like this is the way. Because I think that's a lot of problem with like the youth today. It's like the OGs aren't speaking up to help them, to bring them on, to show them the way, show them like, you know what I mean, like the path. Like I think kind of shows with like Africville type vibes, like you know what I mean. There's always a time and a place to do things, and the older people, the elders, they need to step up. And even with like spreading knowledge and stuff, sometimes the elders don't want to pass down the knowledge, but it's like it's time. We need the knowledge. We need you. You know what I mean? So we need all the stuff, and you guys aren't going to be here forever. And I don't want to say that, you know what I mean? But the elders are getting older. It's like we're getting older. That means people above us are getting older too. We need that knowledge. You know?
I love that you are saying that, because that's one of the things that I really want to focus on in life is how do we get that knowledge? Because like you said, our elder generation are starting to kind of pass away, those kind of things. And we need to be out there seeking that knowledge, right? Because it's not being handed to us, right? We need to know our culture. We need to know our history, right? There's so many family connections that I've discovered just from talking to some of these people that if we never actually had that conversation, then I wouldn't know certain family history, right? Wouldn't know history about this province and things that people have kind of overcome.
Right. It's weird because you kind of got to search for the knowledge now, and a lot of people don't search for it. They just sit and whatever comes, that's the life experience they live. But I like to search for the knowledge. I like to really just grow and question everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes like we get chucked in a box, and that's where we're meant to stay. And then we start stepping outside the boxes, and that's when things happen. And then people are like, oh, how'd you do that? It's like, I was brave enough to do this. I had the courage to keep following my footsteps. I didn't listen to my friends around me. I left people that were toxic. I didn't stay. I didn't tell people what they want to hear. I told them the truth. It's about living your authentic self and just being real. You know what I mean? Just being real. And I think a lot of people try to just, accommodate their friends and just be cool and all that stuff because they don't want to lose their friends and they don't want to be lonely. But, I'd rather heal and be in my own space than deal with negative energy, people that are sitting around complaining every day and all that kind of stuff. And then that's going to reflect in my music. That's what I'm putting out to the world. So if I don't keep myself in high vibration or around high vibrational people, then I know my music's not going to be high vibrational either.
Yeah. And what is it like for you when you're working with those youth and you see them kind of getting it? Like getting that aspect of like, oh, let me search for this knowledge. Let me maybe cut off some of those toxic people that they have in their life. What is those moments like for you when you have those discoveries of them?
I think those are the most rewarding times because it's like, you helped. You know that like you're here for a reason. You know that there's a different way of thinking and living, and you help them change their way of thinking, and that's not easy to do, right? Like even with the generation coming up, like I have 2 boys. They're 7 and 8. They meditate in the morning, or they like to do yoga. It's about they say affirmations before bed. They stay in their own rooms. They know to open up the window, let out the negative energy. Like it's about teaching from young. Like a lot of us don't do those things, or even know to do those things, or to cleanse our energy, and just so many different things that we're still learning as a people. Sorry, I forgot your question. I'm just going on.
No, you're answering it. Yeah, it's about those moments that you see when those youth that you're working with get it.
Right,
kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, so it's very, 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 very rewarding because it's like, okay, I'm doing my job because I feel like I was put here to help raise the consciousness of the people during these times is very crucial to actually like to talk about it and stuff, but to actually live it, to actually take those steps to cut off those toxic things and to like actually try to chase the peace. Like meditation is a big thing. Like people don't even realize like the way you breathe. There's so many things what we're eating. Like I'm taking herbology right now. Like the things that we're eating that can heal the body, and just there's so many things that we don't know or that we weren't taught. So it's like that stuff. And when I see like youth and stuff like getting those things, it's beautiful. Like even with my students and teaching them like Afrocentric like inventors and things like that. It's like, and I'm like, oh, who invented this? And for them to be able to say it off the top, and it's like, I taught them that. So it's like being a part of like something bigger, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what it's all about, is just being a part of something bigger and helping people grow. And if you're doing that, then you're here doing something positive. You're here for a reason, right?
No, I love that. That's you taught purpose work, legacy work.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like I feel like we all have a purpose. We just have to find it. Like we all go through things, and then some of us get down and then they live in that misery. But I feel like the purpose is to go through those things, to find out who we are, how we deal with things, and then we can teach other people those things that we went through. And I feel like that's what it's all about. And sometimes like I used to sit back and be like, why did I go through so many things? You know what I mean? Like even from young, like my mom was in the colored home. So like things passed on from her that came into our home like as a kid. And it's like, it's like, why did I have to go through these things? But now that I went through those things, I wouldn't change anything that I ever been through, like the craziness that I used to do and who I used to be, because it made me now. And now I can relate with so many people. Like, you know what I mean? And it's so many things that are happening in the world. And now that I'm able to help with so many different things is also very rewarding, especially for like my students and like people, the youth coming up. Like, I think that's important.
No, definitely. You ask, because I've been taking up the airwaves.
I'm just absorbing, man.
I'll talk all day.
Shoot. I guess I could bring it back to music. Did you? What was that question I was going to ask? It's just sorry. My question was more silly. It would just be being so enlightening and serious right now that right? I was I didn't have the right segue, man. I was waiting for that moment.
It just says
So,
random.
so we got talking about high vibrational conversations.
That's why I'm going to name the episode "High Vibrations."
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
You got music. You got music coming out. So what's that vibe of this new music you got coming out?
I feel like, oh my gosh, it's been so long that I've put out music. Like, for real, if you look back on my YouTube videos and stuff, it's like 10 years. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I was looking back at that. I was like, where's the new stuff? Because I know I'd be seeing her at shows performing, doing music.
that's the only place you'll ever hear any of my new stuff is if you catch me performing or like, you know what I mean? Like on my live stream or something like that. But,
Yeah, and I was only checking on Spotify. It's like I could only find like a handful of
yeah,
stuff.
right. So it's been so long since I put out music that there's stuff that I've been writing for years that I'm just putting out now, that I'm re-putting out. Like I have a whole album that I didn't even drop, like The Female King. When I did The Female King, that's not even out on Spotify, Apple Music and stuff. So I'm gonna re-drop all that. Plus
Okay.
I'm dropping all my new stuff. So July 5th is my birthday, and that's also my album release date. So every week from July 5th, I'm gonna drop a track. A
Okay.
new track.
Nice.
For the whole summer, right? And then, you can get to feel the vibes. And it's like some stuff that I did go through, yes. And then it's kind of like my healing journey, right? So my album on the cover, it shows me walking out the fire, out the ashes, and there's a phoenix behind
Oh,
me. And I feel like that's my life, right? And I named it 3 because that's my spiritual number. And it's about like just change and standing, like, bravery and just like It just represents me. So for me, it didn't matter if anybody else got the meaning of it. I was just like, this is me, and this is what I'm putting into it, right? Because originally I was just gonna drop three songs. That was it. You know what I mean? After all this time, but I was like, you know what? I got so much stuff that I'm just even sitting on. So I'm gonna put out all my stuff back to back to back. So it's a mixture of stuff from like stuff that I've been through the last, like, because I had 2 boys, right? And I didn't do music for like 7 years.
Yeah.
And I came back, right? I was writing through those periods, but I wasn't recording. I wasn't doing shows. I kind of went MIA, right?
Yeah.
So now I got a couple songs that like showing stuff that I went through, and then it kind of my healing journey, and then like uplifting stuff. So it's kind of just like shows my journey of like what I went through, and then some old stuff too. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it to drop.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say even the old stuff is like, it's talking about like Trayvon Martin and like it's a lot of the state stuff, but it's still conscious music, and it's like this stuff's from like 10 years ago. So I'm like, you know what? Revamp it, re-record, do some stuff, and put that out after my new stuff too, so I can just keep dropping stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Where you were gone for a while, because I used to do music way back, and I just left to just raise my kids, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
me too.
then when I came back in, like I decided to do this type of stuff instead. I was just student acting, so I can see how I can relate to taking a hiatus to
Right.
take care of like what you got to take care
Do
of.
the family
right?
thing, yeah.
And
Like
it-
Lauryn Hill.
yeah,
Literally.
yeah. Like you walked in her shoes.
Literally, and it's crazy that I grew up. I know every word on the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I knew every song, every word. Like, and it's crazy because then when you go through similar things in life, it's like, dang, like, you know what I mean? Things really do manifest into your life that you don't even realize sometimes. Like, even like with my album covers and stuff like that. Like, I drew all the stuff, and then I see it. Like, I'll go take like photo shoots and stuff like that, and then to see it just manifest. Like, you know what I mean? It's like these are ideas that come from the brain. You know what I mean? And people don't realize that they can create whatever they want here and bring it here into fruition. But a lot of people don't believe in themselves. They don't have consistency. They don't have the hard work. They don't have that work ethic.
The
They're
ethic is-
lazy.
yeah.
And literally, if you take 20 minutes a day just to really focus on what it is that you want to do, just 20 minutes a day,
Yeah.
even 10 sit-ups a day, that is going to, by the end of the month, look how much work you're going to have done. But people don't think like that. They're just like, oh, look how much work there is to be done. It's going to take me so long to do that. People focus on the negative so much, and then they create more negative in their life, and then they're making more hardships for themselves. Now they're going over more hurdles, all of that stuff. And people don't realize that what we put out, we're getting back. So that's what I always try to show people, that you're manifesting whether you want to or not. If you're thinking negative and you think you can't, okay, well then you can't. And guess what? It's going to be really hard. It's going to be a lot harder for you to get to where you're going. But if you're thinking positive and you know you can and can't nobody stop you, you know you're going to get there, right? So I think that's important. Like the way we think is so important, and a lot of people don't have that.
Man.
So what's that regiment like for you now that you're back into kind of doing the music again, back on the scene, performing, doing all of the venues and stuff? So what is that regimen for you like for your music creation and your scheduling, I guess?
It's actually really hectic. Like I live an hour away from here even, right?
Yeah.
Like I live in Truro and we're in Halifax. So it's like, okay, even like photo shoots or shows and just scheduling, making sure I get here and then just doing the things like and being a mom at home. And then I make clothes. I have like, you know what I mean? I do all my own merch and stuff like that. I read tarot cards. I do a live stream. I'm a program coordinator. Like I do a lot of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? I do a little bit of energy healing. I got a 30-day program about to drop, like to teach people. Like I introduce people to like chakras and to like journaling, meditation, just like introduction to that. Like I just do a lot of little stuff. I got a kids book that's about to drop. You know what I mean? So I'm working on so many things that it's like just trying to just do one thing at a time is my biggest thing, but I'm like a hamster on a wheel. So like literally just trying to get myself to do one thing at a time. That's my biggest thing that I've been working on, and like so I can find a really good balance. But once I'm going, I'm like I'm here. I'm cleaning the house here. I'm feeding the kids. Okay, I'm writing a song. Oh, now I'm editing my own music. Now now I'm writing. I'm sending emails to people that work with this. Like it's a lot. But like I just feel like as long as you keep going.
Yeah, she reminds me so much of me. Like when I'm doing the editing, I'm doing this. It must be the eyes. When I rap, my name was Dark Eyez.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
The eyes,
right?
We get the eyes on the prize, and we just do a little. Like I said, I was in a movie yesterday.
Right.
I'm over here. I had show up at a show to show face.
Yeah.
And
man,
I
doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I was in the background for Mr. D. I think I'm the DJ in one of the episodes on Netflix. Like
See?
I do a bunch of little different things too. But I like it. I like being busy. I like keeping busy because then I feel productive. And it's like the people that are trying to like rule the world, take over, all that stuff that are trying to do negative things for the world aren't stopping. So it's like maybe I should just work a little bit harder and just be more consistent and show people how to be more consistent and show how, you know what I mean? And sometimes I got to check myself. Like, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You need to work a little bit harder. And you know what I mean? Sometimes I'll be reading my tarot cards and they'll be like, be more consistent, push harder, and I'm like, all right, I'm back on the wheel again. But I really do. My biggest thing would be for balancing is to focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
that is hard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Especially because sometimes when you are trying to focus on it, you'll something will come in your mind that will help this other thing you're working on.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, then you're losing focus.
Right. Right. Then you got to make merch for this show coming up. Then you're like, oh, I got someone that can color this book. Let me go reach out to them. You know what I mean? Then it's like, okay, I'm reaching out to these people to help me with this app for my, you know what I mean? For like just so many little things.
The juggling act.
Yeah. But if you have a good calendar, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good calendar.
That's what I got to get to. I rely too much on my brain just keeping everything in order. I got to start writing stuff down.
I have to. I have little sticky notes everywhere. I got like 3 different calendars, to be honest. I'll have a bunch of different stuff down the sides. I text myself stuff, but like, sometimes I got to get a little bit more organized, I think. So like just maybe one big calendar and stick into that. That might work.
Oh yeah.
Texting yourself up.
For real. Like I have multiple calendars.
Yeah.
Different jobs.
Right.
So
right.
Like, I gotta go. Okay, I'm not at that office today. I'm not doing that. I'll just go work. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here today.
Yeah. Right. Right. You got to find that balance though.
Yeah.
But once you find it, it's smooth sailing, but it's just, like I said, but keep moving forward because a lot of people, when they get overwhelmed, there's a lot of things, they just dead stop, right?
Yeah.
And like sometimes I'll even do that myself. I'll take a couple days to just recuperate. What am I working on first? What am I breaking on? So that's what I'm working on now. Breaking things down and doing like most important things. So making lists, I'll have sticky notes, like whatever it is that I got to do.
Yeah.
I'll just setting alarms on my phone as reminders, like especially because it's just me and I'm a single mom, right? So it's like I need those reminders, like you know what I mean. So it's important to just try to stay as organized and, like I said, get you a big calendar, just one.
Yeah. What was the first song that you ever wrote, and how? When was that?
MSN days.
MSN days.
Back in MSN, yeah, it literally was be a bunch of boys in the group and then me, and they be all rapping, thinking they're tearing each other up. And I was like, you're not getting me. I'm going in too, right? And then actually, over sending like little voice clips over MSN, and then like making little like tracks that aren't really tracks. But then it was the actual first track that I made, me and Matt. Literally,
Matt.
Right? Yeah, no, big shout out to Nix. We were in like, the bedroom studios or whatever. He used to have a microphone, and he's like, I used to think I was a singer, but he's like, no, you're rapping. Like, you know what I mean? So he made me get in there, like, you can do this. Like, he's very like motivating. He pushed me to be like, yo, you can do this. You're doing this. You know what I mean? So we did that. We made this song was like Let me show you what we gon' do. How we reppin' in 902. Me and Eyez is here to put it on you. So it was like it was one of those songs that was vibing, right? Yeah, so it started from there, and then when I heard myself back, I'm like, that's me. You know what I mean? So ever since that, it's been like, and then everyone down the hood, everyone was rapping. So we all just hung together, drinking, waking up with new tracks. Like, you know what I mean? Recording, and then I started volunteering at the community studio.
Yeah.
And that was great, you know, helping the younger kids write. And then I got to get all my stuff done too. Like, you know, so it just like, it was a whole evolution thing from like rapping in the bedrooms to the living room to the community studio. And then I was always recording with Homegrown. So
Okay.
yeah, so even before I knew what samples and stuff were, he had me on all these old school samples. You can still see them on YouTube, and I didn't even know what I was doing. But he's like, yo, go on this. And then like the best thing I liked about working with him was like, he'd be like, how you feeling today? And he would make the beat from scratch. He'd be like, you feeling like this? I'm like, no. He'd be feeling like this. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
Nice.
We would make the beat from scratch. He would literally press it on replay when we're done making the beat. I would go in, writing my stuff. He'd come back. You ready to record what you got so far? Record that. Go do his thing. Come back. And I'm like, you know, Homegrown really like, big shout out to James McQuaid to Homegrown, because like literally that's my first producer, all that kind of stuff. He really had me like, you shouldn't be out here drinking this much. You shouldn't be doing this. You should be here. You got too much talent. You can play ball and you can rap at the same time. I did it. Like he really taught me, like he showed me a different vision than what a lot of different people seen. Like even with him telling me I can do multiple things like basketball and singing at the same time, because that's what I was doing, and I was trying to balance that. So like he really taught me a lot, and like put me onto a lot of different things even before I even knew. Like he had the auto tune back in the day.
That voice box thing that Roger Troutman.
Coming back now. He been on that. You know what I mean? He been had me on old school samples before Drake and all of them were doing it. Like if you look back at the years on the YouTube, you can see like all these old songs, these old samples. It's like that was all Homegrown. Like you know, like so that working with him from the youth, that I shout out to Homegrown.
Shout out to him, because that's a different process that I've heard from any other artist that I've actually talked to about the music creation, about having a producer sit down and be like, how you feeling today? Feeling like this, and like you crafting this. So your music was always kind of coming out based off of how you were feeling and going.
And I'm a Cancer. Like I'm a water sign. I'm very
same.
Yeah, I'm emotional, right? Shout out to Cancer season. It's Cancer season. Let's go. So like I had to like learn how to balance it. So I always try to put my what I was going through in my songs. And everyone's always like, who was it? It was like, I think it was NWA's DJ Yella, and he's like, you're great. You know, and he even shared his microphone with me, which he said he doesn't do and stuff like that. But he's like, you can't be singing sad songs to the crowd. So I started making hype, like, you know, other songs and stuff like that. He really put me on to some things too, like just seeing how, like when I went on tour with Dax, I did a couple of tour stops with Dax, and I seen like how hype he was, and like, oh my, his work ethic and stuff, and just how the cuts and the music, and he got that one spot so he could take a breath. Like just I learned so much from him, like, and seeing his energy and how much he has and what he does, and he doesn't have to move around and dance around, but he can, you know what I mean? Like just watching him, and like he don't have to drink all day and he's here and he's doing his thing, and like just the stuff that he talks about, like that was very, very inspirational and motivational for me. Doing those, like, you know, opening for people like that and doing those kind of things too. So I'm also really grateful that I got to open for so many different artists like Trina, August Alsina, Lloyd the singer, Lloyd the rapper, Rakim, you know, Jean Grey, like so many people, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Casey and JoJo. Like I got to open for these people. I got to meet all these people, right?
Nice.
And when I get to have conversations with these people, they're like, you got the, like, you know, the energy, like you got the it factor, you're gonna be a star. And I'm like, okay, well, when's my time? But then I started to realize that's not what it's about. It's really about who you can help, who you can reach, who you can touch, who you can relate to, and all that kind of stuff. And once I did that, that's when everything started coming in.
Nice. Who's out of that list of people that you've kind of opened with and worked with and stuff, whose stage presence surprised you?
Like Dax, his stage presence, just watching him and just seeing like the energy and like the crowd response, like that was just because I did a couple stops with him. That was it was really good to see, because he taught me so much. Because now I was in the mind space to. Because I did a lot of stuff when I was younger, opening for a lot of people. So now I'm older, and I got to go on these couple tour stops with him, and I got to just now my mind's, I'm able to think and see and actually take things in, and I can learn this from people. Before I was just like I didn't care about learning anything, about growing. I was just doing my thing. But now it's like, okay, I can learn these things, and it's like, I've been through so many things. It's like, okay, now I can take those things and people can relate to as well. Like, it's really motivating, really. So I would really say, like, Dax, like, that was a really good show. That was a really good couple shows for me.
Yeah.
And like, I also like going. One of my favorite tours was going on tour with Jordan, because we also had DJ Hot Q and Jo. Like, the family vibes when you got family going on. Like, everyone looking out for each other and stuff like that. Going to places. I like those vibes. Those are really cool too. So hometown, it's close. You feel safe when you're around people. It's not just you as the artist. It's like other artists with you. And so I always like those vibes too. Hanging with the family and. Like, the Scotian music fam. Yeah,
no, I see some videos and pictures and stuff. I'm like, oh, you guys doing like some of the ANSMA when they do the Black Vibes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did the Black Vibes showcase for Music Nova Scotia one. Yeah. That's when actually the DJ's laptop cut out.
Oh, okay.
The drummer had to come in. Yeah, so that's crazy.
What would you say is your favorite venue that you performed at to date?
Lighthouse.
Yeah,
Lighthouse. The sound is immaculate. The sound, like, you could just it doesn't. You can go and it's gonna sound good. You can be sick and it's gonna sound good. Like, their sound system is amazing, and just like the lighting and just the people are really nice too, right? And every time I've been there, it's just been good vibes. Like, open for Jadakiss there. I'd like just a bunch of different shows there, honestly, and Jay Holiday.
That was the ANSMA show.
Yep. And Jadakiss was Hopscotch right before it. Yeah,
because I was there for that, and what was really cool to see was like, because I remember all you guys did that piece at the end.
Yeah, we were up on stage with him. Right. So that was cool. Yeah, and I like, my favorite part is always like getting to know who they like, other artists are talking to them behind stage and stuff like that, and just be like, like, what did you think of my show? Did you hear me? Or like, just letting them know just who you are, because that's what it's about, is networking, right? Yep. So if you can make an impression on people, you know what I mean? And then you're liking on their social media, then they're liking on your stuff and stuff like that. So now it's like, I feel like I have a wide range of people now that, like, you know what I mean? So I'm excited for my new music to come out and just share that with everybody.
Yeah. How do you find navigating the new, it's 2025, everybody's online,
Live
TikTok,
streams and
like, how do you find navigating all those components of being an artist?
It's I think that's the most troubling thing that I gotta work on, because keeping up the social media, like, letting people know what you're doing all the time, like, and I'm trying to keep my peace. So it's like, okay, now, like, I got Snapchat. That's where I'll post everything on there, because I got like my story. I know what I can post for everybody. I know what I can post for my people that, you know what I mean? That's where I feel safe at. So like, navigating through that's okay. Then I got my live stream, and you got people from all over the world. Like, there's just so many different avenues now. It's difficult keeping up, but I like it. It's a little bit of a challenge, but it's like, it's important, because like I said, my live stream, then you're networking with people all over the world. Like, I can do a show here, and it's the same 100 people maybe coming out to a couple shows, right? And then I can go on live stream. There's 2,000 people coming into this live stream that are getting to see me from all over the world. And now I got a bunch of different fans and stuff from all over the world, rather than the same people. Maybe one or two new people's going to hear me. Oh, you don't know, Realize it. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. When you do it like on your live stream, networking and stuff like that, I think it's so important, because you reach different places, and that's what's important. Yeah. Now I got people, I'll go on people's live stream, and they're treating me like I'm famous. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, there's Realize. Oh, let me put on one of your songs, and then they're introducing me to everybody in their room now. Like, you know what I mean? So, so it's cool. Nice. You kind of make a name for yourself, and like I said, it's all about the energy you bring. So people, like, they're waking up in the morning, they want to see your face first thing, because like, oh, you bring the good positive energy in the morning, right? Plus, you'll get a little tarot message or something in there, but in between, help uplift your day, a little positive message and stuff like that, right? So it's just like, it's what you can do to help other people feel happy and feel uplifted, and that's what's going to bring people back, right? If they feel good. So
exactly,
important. That's important.
Cool. Want to move on to the game with no name?
The game with no name. You got the dice?
We get guests to play this in, like, we keep saying we got to give this a name, but
the game
we never took the time yet.
Perfectly fine. I like it.
It's the game with no name. Okay. I have a dice here. It is 10 sides to it. I'm only going to ask you 5 questions. Well, there's 10, right? Mm-hmm. So you roll whatever number you roll. Okay. That's the question I ask you.
get a 3.
That'd be
2.
2. Now this doesn't have to be people you work with. Just music in general. Your top 5 favorite producers.
Homegrown. Oh my gosh, this is not.
That's the reaction everyone has.
This is a hard one because I'm so focused on my own stuff. Sometimes I don't really know a lot of like different producers, just other than the people that I've worked with. You know, like I like working with DJ Moves. He's right in my town. He's family. Like, you know what I mean? I like producing my own stuff myself. Let's put that out there first.
Oh, there you go.
Now that I
There you
work
go.
on my own stuff. Like, and you know what? I was in this Timberland Beat Club thing. I was in this competition or whatever. I think I made it to this semi quarterfinals or whatever. So I was in that. Like, I like his I like what he does. His ear for music. Timberland's ear for music, and I mean a lot of people are going in on him right now. Saying,
Because of the AI stuff, yeah.
I'm here for it, right? So,
Yeah.
and I would just say, I don't know.
Well, that was 4.
Yeah,
I'll
right?
give you 4.
Okay.
So one more.
Okay, and I would say, people are gonna hate me. They're probably out there saying me. Like, you forgot you worked with me. I would say, oh wait, Jordan Metro. He's like my absolute favorite.
Yeah, shout out to Metro.
Yeah, he's number 1.
All right.
I don't even know how I could forget Metro. Like, he always makes me sound the best. He's super chill, right? Cool vibes. So like, he's number 1. He's
Well, there
number
you
1
go.
for me, and then myself.
And then homegrown.
Yep, homegrown.
We'll put Timberland last.
Homegrown
at 5.
second, I guess. I'll be 3rd. 3's my number. I'll take 3rd.
Oh, there you go. It works out.
Right. Yeah, and I only said Timberland because I don't know too many other, like, you know what I mean, and just because I don't really focus on too many what everyone else is doing. So I was in the competition, so I got to focus on him for a little bit. So I like the work ethic. I like his ear for music, right? So that's why I said Timberland. So
Cool. All right, let's roll again.
Roll again.
If I get 2 again, 5.
5. We got to redo these questions one of these times. But anyways, because I just did it one day, like freestyle it and then printed it off. And we haven't changed it. But this is top 5 favorite drinks.
Drinks?
It doesn't have to be alcoholic. Just top 5 favorite drinks.
Beep.
Oh my God, that's old school.
Babe, yeah.
If someone has the Beep Connect, hit me up. You know?
Oh man, I love beep.
Beep, iced tea. I love iced tea. I love water. I drink water. Like, I barely drink like juice. Even my boys, we're a water family. I'm a big juice person. I don't like pop too much. I don't like the fizzy. I don't like carbonated water. All that stuff. I don't like none of that.
No, fair.
So just like water, peach juice. I like peach juice. That'd be my favorite juice. And maybe just for the heck of it, we'll name a pop. I don't like Pepsis and stuff. I like the pink and purple.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
root
you like
beer or
the
something.
cream sodas and stuff.
yeah, cream soda.
The purple,
Great.
maybe a root beer
The
or
purple
something.
drink.
Yeah,
Cool.
maybe
Purple.
even the lime or something. But the orange is fire.
Oh,
So
lime hits different though.
yeah, right, doesn't it? Remember the juice sips? Yeah, let's chuck some juice sips in there.
There you go. They have 6.
Yeah, hunting down the milkman to get them.
Right. All right. Lucky number 3 becoming 4.
You're getting close. You had
Right? All
Yeah.
around it.
yeah. Top 5 favorite foods.
Foods, spaghetti, pasta, any kind of pasta, lasagna. I like chicken wings. Like, I'm a big food person, so anything you put out in front of me, I'm gonna eat it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna eat it. But I don't really. It'd be easier to say what I don't like. Like red onions. I just don't like the raw taste of onions. If they're cooked, cool, but I don't like raw onions and olives. I don't like. And then everything else. Anything else I probably like.
There we go. We did a remix. The top 2 least favorite foods.
Yeah, right.
It's all good. Cool.
I like smoothies though. Smoothies are really good.
That counts as. Is that a drink or food?
You know what? Both. Both. You got to drink the food.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, true. Cool. All right, so that was 3. So 2 more questions we got. 2 more
Okay.
rolls.
All right.
Let's get that 3 for you.
Right. 5.
Oh, roll again.
Oh.
You already got a 5.
see. 4. We already rolled the 4. 8.
8. Okay, this is your top 5 favorite actors.
Actors? Denzel Washington. I watched The Equalizer last night. That was crazy. I don't even watch stuff like that because I'm scared to manifest things. But I watched it last night. I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna probably have bad dreams now, honestly. But I watched it and it's just like in like everything you ever see him in. You know what I mean? Denzel. I would say, oh my gosh, actors. This is crazy. I don't watch too many movies. See, I know what my favorite movies are, but like I wouldn't say they're my favorite. Like Love and Basketball is my favorite movie, but I wouldn't say those are my favorite actresses.
Yeah.
I mean, they're super dope actresses. Actually, we can add them. Definitely Denzel. I would say.
Maybe one from when you're growing up that you.
This is a hard question.
A movie or TV. It could be a TV show too. I forgot about that.
I'm drawing a blank here, guys. I never do this.
I think this is the one that most people have trouble with more than the other stuff because we are a music-based podcast, right? So when I throw in the actors in there, they're like, I say about 90% of the people do put Denzel.
Right. Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel.
Oh, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, Vin Diesel. What other movies? I like the guy that does Transporter. He's pretty tough.
Oh, yeah, Jason Statham.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. He's tough in The Matrix.
Oh, I like Keanu Reeves. And he's Canadian.
Who did the John Wick?
That's Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, yeah. And who else? We need one more. Halle Berry.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, Halle Berry. Still looks like she's 24.
Right? Hello.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Don't crack at all.
I say that when I see Mariah Carey, too. I'm like, man, you look like that when I was a kid.
Right? Right? Everyone's still looking the same and stuff? Yeah. I can't wait. I
hope that happens to us.
Hope that happens. Let's speak that into existence. Yeah. That will happen.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
Get these grays out of here.
I got one. I'm not even going to tell you guys how old I'm turning next week. 2. Did we already do that one?
Yeah, we did 2.
Yeah. That's the producers.
2 again. 2. We got 3 2s in a row. Okay, 2. You guys look that number up.
Oh, yeah? You see 3s and everything?
Oh, yeah. I always see numbers and stuff.
That's
well, there's three of us here.
No, 3 is my number, too.
That's my number, too. I literally tattooed it on myself.
3.
Hey, that's tough. Hey, cancers, right? Did we do number 5 already?
Yep, that was food. Drinks. That was drinks.
Okay, let's see. Come on, give us a good one for the last one. 0.
That's a 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this might actually be the hardest for somebody because this is like of all the songs you listen to ever. What are your 5 favorite songs of all time?
Jadakiss, Why, Lauryn Hill, Killing Me Softly.
Maybe it ain't hard.
Prepare for that
one. Real Eyez, I Just Want to Party. No, Real Eyez, Run Run. Actually, we'll keep both of those in there. And I would say, oh my gosh, I like Maneuver by Dave East. I love that song for some reason. I always have it on like when I'm working out. I love that song. Love by Keisha Cole. That's another go-to song people ask me to sing. I love that song. Keisha Cole, she's fire, right? And Tupac. Oh man, there's so many. There's anything by Tupac.
Okay.
Good answer.
Right? Yeah. Right?
He's our Pac specialist.
Yes. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I love that.
Cool. Well, that's all the questions that we got. I don't know if I told you this episode is coming out on Friday.
Okay.
July 4th.
Ooh, on the day of my birthday party at Cowboy Bar and Grill off of Spring Garden. Make sure y'all are there. Come through. Support your girl. Come hang with me. Have a drink with me. Whatever. If you just want to talk, you need some advice, whatever you need, just come out.
There you go. And what time?
I'll probably be there around 10:30, 11. Maybe around 10. I think that's what time it starts is 10 o'clock. So I'll probably be there around 11, a little bit fashionably late.
Cool.
Just a little bit, right? But yeah, you guys coming out? Let's put them on the spot.
Yeah. When is this Friday?
This Friday?
July 4th.
July 4th.
This Friday coming up. Cowboy Bar and Grill.
Okay.
Off of Spring Garden.
All right. We'll be there. Okay. I'm going to come over to this one.
Right.
Yeah. Well, 10 o'clock. Yeah. even if I have something that day, it should be done by then.
Yeah.
You guys heard this, right? You guys
Yeah.
heard this.
They show. They see me at their shows.
We'll post a picture.
Okay, there
of
you
us
go.
three.
There you go.
There we go.
You'll see. Cowboy Bar and Grill. I might be there early to get something to eat.
Right?
I don't
Right.
think I've heard of that place.
I know, like I do a food review channel, and and it's on my radar to review
okay.
soon.
Oh, is it nice?
Yeah, because the food looks good.
Oh, we were there. We ended up there randomly one night, and we walked into a Jamaican luau. They had the big lays on us. They had the big light up things. I had beach ball under my arm, and it was Jamaican music.
I was like, where am I at right now?
Right? But it was such good vibes, right? Like it was actually a good time. It was packed up in there, so I'm really excited to just be around good people. You know what I mean? Because I don't hang around with a lot of people that I hung around before, so it's like I'm just excited to be around good people, have good vibes for the evening, and I wouldn't care if only me and us showed up. Like I'm just about having a good time around positive people, positive energy. So if that's what you're bring it on over to us.
Nice.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Any future collaborations you got?
I got some collaborations that I do have. Actually, I'm trying to work on more stuff with people like stateside and stuff. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm working with a couple people right now also that I'm really excited to bring out eventually. So I'm just excited to see where those things are going to go, right? Because especially when you're in the industry, you can work with a lot of people, say things and stuff. So I'm just sitting back and letting everything, where you're meant to be is where you're going to end up being. So I'm just sitting back and letting everything flow and see what happens. So I'm trying to collab with just as many different people, like, even like the younger artists and stuff, because they bring like the high schools and the junior, like, you know what I mean? The younger crew, and then like the older people that will bring out the older folks. Like I really want to like be able to reach everybody, especially when like you have stuff that you want to share, like knowledge and stuff. It's like you want to be able to reach as many people as you can, not just one target audience. And I feel like that's what I used to do, like just rapping for like the hood or just for my group full of friends and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of us fall into that. Yeah. Like I said, if we have a voice, I feel like we should be using it to help uplift others, help heal, and using our voice to tell people what we went through so we can relate and help other people heal through those things.
Nice. Now you just brought me right to the question. So if someone's out here, what would be a message that you could give to somebody who's out here trying to find their voice and their lane within this industry?
I would say keep going, don't stop, because it's not, you're not gonna, the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. You know what I mean? You got to network. You got to you really got to be consistent with it, because once people see you being consistent and your face is out there enough, people are going to start asking you to do more things and stuff. So it's really just about not giving up on yourself and being confident in yourself, because so many people, everybody's different, and everyone nowadays wants to stay in the same lane and be, this is what's cool, but they don't realize what makes you stand out is you being your authentic self. So I would say being you, because no one else can be you. No one else can do you like you do you. So I would just say be you, and can't no one else copy that. They can try. But, if you just be you, you're going to get to where you want to be. If you believe in yourself, you just don't stop, you're going to get there. It might take a little bit longer, but that's also so you can learn lessons so that you can keep what you have once you get there. So the stuff that we learn it's all part of the process. So then once we get what we deserve, you know what I mean? We can hold that. Like I tell people all the time, it's like sometimes we're on this path, and everything we're asking for is at the end of this path. So whatever you believe in the universe, when everything starts breaking down and you think you're going through hard times, that's so you can get over on this path that you're asking to be on, right? Everything you want's over here. And if you ain't going to do it, someone's going to push you over there. So that's when everything starts to crumble. You ain't doing what you're supposed to do, right? So I would say, do what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to do, not listening to your friends, because if you stay in what your friends think, you ain't going to make it further than your friends. Stay authentically you. Be yourself, and don't give up, and be consistent, because a lot of people nowadays are lazy, and it really doesn't take much, like 20 minutes a day to just put into your craft and do what you want to do, and you'll get somewhere. Like, a lot of people aren't doing anything at all. So, and that's the scary part. And then people are complaining about not getting nowhere, but they're not doing anything. So just do something and just keep moving. That's it. Just keep moving. Whether it's a little photo shoot here, what is it that you want to do? Play the piano. You want to learn how to play the piano? Practice 20 minutes. Go on Google. Google got everything. Shoot.
It does.
It's just about doing your own research. A lot of people just listen to what other people say and stuff. It's just about being authentically you. And when you're that, nothing can tear that down, because you know who you are.
On that note, I'm not going to ask another question. That's a great way to end it off.
Yeah.
So, want to give us one last promotion for the show that's actually taking place later on tonight, because this episode is coming out on Friday.
Right. So, tomorrow night, July 4th.
Tonight.
Oh, wait, tonight. Yeah, wait, tonight. July 4th, Cowboy Bar and Grill, my birthday party. It's cancer season. I'm not going to tell you guys how old I'm turning, but Cowboy Bar and Grill, just come out, have a good time. And the next day, July 5th, my actual birthday, I'm going to be dropping some new music for y'all. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited for y'all to hear my new music and just see what I've been working on. So come out and just vibe with me, have a good time. And I'm excited to see y'all out.
Awesome. That's it for this episode. I'm John Kizzy, you know who is he, a.k.a. Philly G, because they know who I be. And I'm here with Ray Ray.
Take care of yourself, people.
And extra special guest, Real Eyez.
Aye.
And we're out. Peace.